already going extinct, so we've only got 5 left. So we are, one thing about being, you can set their temperature. Tosh is letting your mind run wild how we would do that. But then if they chip that tooth, we can bring, say you guys can be our best dentist today and bring the guys up to the glass and you can assess their teeth. Then we can get them checked out, see if that chip's pinching on the inside of the back leg. And there's a big vein running up and down there. So first we just give them a bit of a scratch first, then build up to pinching so it feels like a needle. And so if we've seen they're a bit flat one day, so maybe even a runny feces a few days in a row, or they're just kind of being really lethargic, we don't have to anaesthetise them again or give you the blood sample. We can just 2 handlers, a bit of milk, straight in, give them that treat up and take the milk straight away and take the blood sample straight away and send it straight down to our vet hospital. So really being able to check them over and look after well that way. But what I might show is just these guys are the smallest of the subspecies. So the girls are always, I said, smaller, but they look really tall when they do this. Look at that. So Delilah is the smallest. Thank you guys. It looks really impressive up on Tosh's shoulder just there. She's holding on. And so this is a natural behaviour, again, what a tiger will do in the wild. They'll rise up on trees and they really stretch that body out, kind of stretching out the tendons, stretching out the muscles. But what they'll do as well, they'll actually, another way of marking out their territory, they'll stretch up there and they'll straight down. They've got their claws are as big as my little finger curled over. And so they'll straight down in that tree, they're sharpening the claw, they're removing the outside teeth of the claw. But they leave a bit of scent as well. They've got scent glands in between each digit, and they leave a visual mark as well. So it's another way, being a solitary, they'll mark out their territory. There on my right, there's a cabinet up there, and it has some medicines in there that actually has tiger parts in them, and they've been caught here in Australia at customs. So it is still happening every day. So we do everything we can to raise that awareness and save them in the wild. And how we do that, we support a program through Fauna and Flora International. They have 6 tiger patrols in the Princess Black National Park in Sumatra. We're out there removing snares, they're catching poachers and illegal loggers and educating the community as well. So we support that program through our Wildlife Warriors. They're our conservation organisation that raise money and spread the money through the conservation projects that we support within the zoo and out of the zoo. And fingers crossed. Yeah guys, that was a good jump. Good job. And she's definitely the bird flying through the sky. Her auntie Stinger, she actually has been seen. A bird was flying through one of the enclosures and she just launched out of the air and grabbed it. So they are very agile. Huge paws on Elisa's shoulder. He weighs about 125 kilos. So they are the smallest, but the rule of thumb is they can take down anything 3 times their size. They kind of look small when they're on the ground, but they're like an accordion when they stretch up like that. They look so much taller. And there's so much power in that front end there, those big paws. So you imagine they're taking down anything up to the boys about 360 kilos, any prey about that size. And Missy here, she'll be taking down anything around 240 kilos. But then you got the biggest big cat in the world, it's still a tiger. It's a Siberian tiger. So they get up to around 300 kilos. So they're taking down prey up to about 900 kilos. So a big Siberian, all 4 paws on the ground, can actually reach up and kiss myself on the mouth. They're that tall. So that's an impressive tiger. So these guys are amazing, and we want to do everything we can. So I hope you're learning lots about these guys, but the main reason we do have them here is we want to save them. Like I said, they are the most critically endangered tiger on the planet. And to give you an idea of how bad that situation is and how quickly it's happening. So 100 years ago, we had 100,000 tigers. So we weren't worried about tiger populations at all. And in just 100 years, we've lost 96 access, yeah? He does seem to like the pool. But working with these guys and not only being able to give them the best enrichment, but being hands-on, we can look after them really well. So really look after their welfare. And so just by using a bit of milk, say if they've chipped a tooth or we need to check them over, we don't have to anaesthetise them, get a vet in. So they'll scent mark different areas, but they really like to scent mark over underneath a palm leaf or an overhanging branch. And then the tigers, what will do, if they come walking along, they'll pick up that smell and they'll sit up just like this and start drawing that scent in. And it's a signpost, it's a way they mark out their check their temperature. Tosh is letting your mind run wild how we would do that. But then if they chip that tooth, we can bring, say you guys can be our best dentist today and bring the guys up to the glass and you can assess their teeth. Then we can get them checked out, see if that chip's one thing about being right to the top guys.
肉掉了。
Good boy, buddy. So